Hi Capricorn, how's it going? I hope you're doing fantastic today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and this is going to be a general reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs for Capricorn. It's a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. I've already cleared the energy of the cards and shuffled the cards. These are the cards that came out for you. So 10 tarot cards plus one overall energy card. So I'll go through them individually. Some of your cards came out reversed. That just means you're getting extra protection from spirit. What else was I? Yeah, I've made some notes on the reading here, the spread here. So let's go through everything. The first card that came out is the Four of Swords, and it came out reversed. So this points to instability around foundations that are supposed to feel secure. So this card often shows up when something that should feel settled or celebratory or locked in doesn't quite feel right yet. There may be delays, a lack of closure, or maybe you have a sense that you can't fully relax, okay? And for you, Capricorn, someone who values structure, long-term security, and tangible results, this can feel especially uncomfortable. So, possible themes for you with regards to your home and family. You may be experiencing tension at home, or for some of you, a move might be delayed, or renovations unfinished, or you may be dealing with family dynamics that feel unsettled. With regards to your career and stability, this card is saying that a milestone is not being recognized yet. So it could be a missed promotion, it could be a delayed contract, or it could be unclear job security. With regards to your personal foundations, some of you may be questioning whether the life you're building truly aligns with your values, or if it just looks stable on the outside. This card reversed talks about celebration that is delayed. Spirit wants you to know that success is close, but something needs adjusting before you can truly celebrate. You may be pushing forward out of duty or expectation rather than joy. So this card could be asking you, are you building something solid, or are you just maintaining appearances? The advice from Spirit is to revisit the foundation before moving forward. Don't rush a commitment just to feel settled. And it's okay to pause and realign, because true stability comes from authenticity, not pressure. Okay, and then your next card is the Empress. So where there is instability or a shaky foundation, the Empress brings growth, nourishment, and restoration. Something that felt unsettled is not meant to be abandoned. It's meant to be tended. This is a shift from structure without comfort to comfort that creates true stability. So together, these cards can represent rebuilding foundations. So you're being asked to soften, not control. Stability will come from care, patience, and allowing things to grow naturally. And with regards to feminine and creative energy, the Empress invites creativity, intuition, and receptivity. Very different from your usual discipline and endurance. And with regards to home and security, this can indicate creating a real sense of home, emotionally or physically, rather than just checking off milestones. These cards together represent growth after discomfort. The lack or disruption shown by the Four of Swords reversed, it's temporary. The Empress confirms abundance on the other side. So with regards to love, if this was a love reading, these cards are saying that there is healing after a rocky phase. Or a partner, or you yourself are embodying nurturing, affectionate energy. Your partner or you are embodying nurturing, affectionate energy. Or there's potential for deeper emotional security, fertility, or new beginnings. Once care replaces pressure. In your career and life path, these cards can represent creative projects, self-employment, or work that feels fulfilling, not just profitable. It could also represent growth that comes from collaboration, support, and valuing well-being. It's a reminder that success must be sustainable, not draining. You're being asked to mother the dream instead of forcing it into place. Spirit is asking you, what would grow here if you gave it compassion instead of control? And then your next card is the Five of Swords. Now, the reading turns into a very clear lesson about how stability is being disrupted and what must change. The Four of Wands reversed can represent an unstable foundation. Something that should feel safe or celebrated or settled does not. There's tension beneath the surface. There's either unspoken issues, a lack of harmony, or a sense that the structure isn't holding. But then you have the Empress, and the Empress is telling you that the solution is nurturing, patience, and emotional intelligence. Growth is available, but only if you soften control, and you allow care, compassion, and creativity to lead. Here's the disruption. This card is the Five of Swords is about conflict, ego battles, or win at all costs energy. So someone may be prioritizing being right over being kind. Or you may be sacrificing your peace for control or pride. This card says even if you win, you may lose something more important. You're being asked to recognize where conflict, resentment, or power struggles are undermining growth. You cannot nurture something while simultaneously engaging in emotional warfare. So how this card plays out in love, arguments that don't truly resolve, they just repeat. Or one or both people are trying to win instead of understand each other. This card is saying that the relationship can grow, but only if defensiveness is dropped. And choosing peace over pride is the turning point. With regards to your career or your work, this card could represent office politics, competition, or a toxic dynamic. It could be winning recognition at the cost of collaboration or fulfillment. The card advises stepping away from ego-driven battles and focusing on sustainable success. And with regards to personal growth, you may be too hard on yourself. Maybe you're experiencing inner conflict between control and self-care. Spirit saying, let go of the need to prove your worth. It will allow abundance to flow. Okay? Letting go of the need to prove worth allows abundance to flow. Not every battle deserves your energy. True stability comes from emotional maturity, not dominance. The Four of Wands reversed shows why things feel unsettled. The Empress shows what will heal it. The Five of Swords shows what must be released. Okay? An uncomfortable or an unstable foundation, something that should feel secure but doesn't, either in your home, a relationship, at your job, or your inner sense of safety feels off for some reason. And then you have healing, nourishment, growth, and self-worth. Spirit is saying the answer is compassion, care, and allowing yourself or a situation just to grow naturally instead of forcing outcomes. Conflict, ego battles, resentment, or trying to win at the cost of peace. This energy is what's actively destabilizing the foundation. And then you have the Ten of Wands reversed. This is a card of release, unburdening, letting go of excess responsibility. You're carrying too much, Capricorn, emotionally, mentally, or physically, and it's no longer sustainable. You're not meant to struggle your way into stability anymore. The Ten of Wands reverse says it's time to put down responsibilities that were never truly yours. Stop carrying the emotional weight of conflict. Release obligations tied to guilt, pride, or expectation. Choose ease over endurance. This is especially significant for you, Capricorn, a sign known for over responsibility. Unstable foundation, healing and growth available, but being blocked by ego conflict or resentment, but is resolved by letting go and lightening your load. Stability will return not through effort, but through release. The advice from Spirit is to walk away from draining arguments. Stop proving your strength. Choose what nourishes you. Let others carry their share. You've done enough. Now rest, receive, and rebuild gently is the message from Spirit. Okay? And then you have the Six of Wands. This fifth card seals the lesson and explains why you're being asked to release so much. Okay? You've been trying to build or maintain stability, but the environment is emotionally unsupportive. Growth is possible, yet it's being drained by conflict, comparison, or ego struggles. The advice from Spirit is to release burdens. Okay? The Six of Wands, this speaks to lack of recognition, feeling unseen, or success that doesn't feel rewarding. So maybe you're doing the most while receiving the least acknowledgement, or you're chasing validation from people who withhold it, or you're tying your self-worth to external praise, titles, or approval, or you're feeling like victories are private, minimized, or dismissed. But you're carrying too much in situations where you are not celebrated. So Spirit is asking you, why keep fighting for recognition in a place that cannot give it? So with regards to love, some of you may be feeling unappreciated or taken for granted. Maybe your partner's not recognizing your efforts. Spirit wants you to know that validation must come from within or from someone new who sees your worth. With regards to your career, you're working hard without promotion, praise, or a fair reward. This is a sign to stop overperforming for minimal return. Know that true success may come when you stop seeking approval from authority figures. With regards to your self-worth, Spirit is saying your confidence has been tied to external success. So this is a call for you to redefine what winning looks like. And remember, quiet victories matter. They still matter, even if no one applauds. This is not a failure reading, it's a realignment reading. Stop fighting battles that drain you. Release burdens you've outgrown. Walk away from spaces that don't honor you and build a life that feels nourishing, even if it's quieter. Capricorn, your worth is not measured by applause. Okay? Then you have the Six of Swords. This sixth card is the resolution. It shows exactly where you're headed once you accept the earlier lessons. So you started with an unstable foundation and a lack of true peace. Then you went to the next stage was healing and growth. Spirit is saying healing and growth is available through care and self-worth. Conflict and ego battles are draining your energy. You need to release heavy burdens and over responsibility, and let go of the need for recognition and external validation. You're moving on to calmer waters with the Six of Swords. This card is about transition, mental clarity, and choosing peace. You're moving away from chaos, arguments, and emotional exhaustion. You're moving away from environments where effort isn't valued. You're moving away from the need to prove, explain, or defend yourself, and you're moving toward emotional and mental calm, a healthier mindset, a new chapter that feels quieter but far more stable. This isn't running away, it's wise withdrawal. Deep down, Capricorn, the message for you, the deep message for you is peace. Peace is the success now. This reading shows you realizing that stability doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from leaving what drains you. The Empress ensures that where you're going, growth and nourishment exist. The Six of Swords confirms the decision is correct, even if it feels bittersweet. You're allowed to move on without guilt. You're allowed to choose peace over recognition. You're allowed to begin again somewhere calmer. This card suggests emotional maturity, healing, and a better horizon ahead. And then you have the Magician reversed. This seventh card adds the final layer of truth and explains why the move away is necessary. This card represents the hidden issue, the Magician reversed, Major Arcana card. This card reveals a misuse of power, manipulation, or blocked manifestation. This card suggests someone twisting facts, someone withholding information or gaslighting, promises made without follow through. It could represent a situation where potential exists but is being sabotaged, or you're doubting your own abilities due to external interference. This explains with the Five of Swords, this explains the constant conflict. This explains the lack of recognition. This card explains the exhaustion. This card explains the need to leave. You cannot build stability in a space where truth is distorted. The Magician reversed confirms that nothing more can be fixed through effort alone. The tools are present, but they are being misused, hidden, or blocked. You're highly capable, disciplined, and resourceful, but this card warns against trying to make it work through sheer willpower, or staying where communication is unclear or deceptive, or giving energy to someone who undermines confidence. The Empress is reminding you that your power grows when you nurture yourself, not when you overfunction. Spirit is saying, walk away before your confidence is eroded. The Six of Swords shows the move. The Magician reversed explains the reason. Together they say leaving restores your power. This chapter ends not in failure, but in wisdom. You reclaim your power by choosing clarity, peace, and self-trust. Then you have the King of Swords reversed. This is a confirmation and a warning. It clarifies who or what energy you are disengaging from. This is the source of the problem, the King of Swords reversed. This card represents abuse of authority, manipulation through words, dishonesty, or cold intellectual control. This card strongly suggests a person in power who is unfair, deceptive, or emotionally detached, or someone who twists logic to justify bad behavior, or gaslighting, half-truths, or strategic silence. It could be a leader in your life, a partner, a boss, or an authority figure who dominates rather than guides. This perfectly echoes the Magician reversed, misused intelligence, and misused power. So again, unstable foundation because truth is missing. Growth is possible, but only away from this influence. Ongoing mental conflict and no real resolution. Emotional burnout from carrying too much. A lack of recognition and invalidation. The Six of Swords represents a necessary departure towards peace. The Magician reversed is manipulation is exposed. And then the King of Swords, authority misused and clarity blocked is what this card represents. You're not confused, Capricorn. You're being confused. Your logic, judgment, and confidence may have been undermined by someone who speaks with authority but lacks integrity. Don't argue with someone committed to misunderstanding you. Don't seek validation from those who benefit from your doubt. Don't stay where intelligence is weaponized instead of respected. The Six of Swords already showed the path forward. These last two cards confirm why you must take it. You're reclaiming mental clarity by walking away from distorted truth. Peace returns when manipulation no longer has access. Okay? Your ninth card is the Queen of Cups reversed. This card shows emotional burnout or suppressed feelings or overgiving followed by numbness or losing touch with your intuition due to stress or manipulation. Capricorn, you're someone who is normally grounded and self-controlled, but you've been forced to shut down emotionally just so you can cope. The Empress shows your natural and nurturing capacity. The Queen of Cups reversed shows that nurturing has been drained or exploited. The King of Swords reversed and the Magician reversed show mental and emotional manipulation. The Five of Swords shows ongoing emotional conflict. This is what happens when a caring energy stays too long in a cold or controlling environment. Capricorn, your empathy has been used against you. This card is not a flaw, it's a signal. You had to emotionally withdraw to protect yourself, but now it's time to heal and reconnect with your inner world. Spirit saying, the advice from Spirit is to prioritize your emotional boundaries. Stop explaining your feelings to people who invalidate them. Reconnect with your intuition. Your inner voice hasn't failed you. Okay? Rest your heart before making new emotional investments. The Six of Swords already showed the exit. This card explains why staying would cost you too much emotionally. You're not cold, you're just protecting yourself. Your softness returns when you feel safe. And then your last card is the Hierophant reversed. You're breaking free. You're rejecting false authority and outdated structures. You're walking away from systems that demand obedience without integrity. You're questioning traditions, rules, or roles that no longer align with you. You're choosing your personal truth over external doctrine. For you, Capricorn, someone who's often tied to duty, responsibility, and long-standing commitments, this is huge. So how this card ties everything together. Four of Wands reversed, unstable foundation because the system itself is flawed. The Empress is saying growth wants freedom, not control. Conflict arises when truth is challenged. Five of Swords. Ten of Wands reversed, a release of burdens tied to obligation. The Six of Wands reversed is no recognition in a rigid hierarchy. Six of Swords, you're leaving for peace. The Magician reversed and the King of Swords reversed represents a manipulation and misuse of power being exposed. The Queen of Cups reversed is emotional shutdown and self-protection. And then you have final liberation from false structures with the Hierophant reversed. Just because something is the way it's always been doesn't mean it's right for you. This reading is about leaving toxic institutions, relationships, or belief systems. You're redefining success on your terms. You're reclaiming authority over your life, and you're building a new foundation that honors both logic and emotion. You're stepping off a path chosen by expectation and onto one chosen by truth. What falls away was never meant to be permanent. This is a powerful, emancipating ending, especially for you, Capricorn. And then the overall energy is the Three of Swords. This card is about heartbreak, painful truths, and necessary release. Okay? Emotional pain, betrayal, disappointment, heartbreak, or a painful revelation, not just romantic. It can involve your work, your family, or your personal beliefs. The key lesson is awareness often comes through discomfort. Pain points you to where boundaries, truths, and self-respect have been ignored. So with the Four of Wands reversed, this card is about foundations that should feel secure but are disrupted. Heartbreak starts with unmet expectations. Then you have the Empress. It's telling you healing is possible through nurturing, self-care, and self-love. Then you have the Five of Swords, conflict, arguments, or ego battles. They have contributed to the emotional pain. Ten of Wands reversed, you're carrying too much weight, which adds to the heartbreak and exhaustion. The Six of Wands reversed, there's the lack of recognition amplifies the disappointment and frustration. The Six of Swords, you're moving towards peace. You're leaving painful circumstances behind. The Magician reversed, deception or blocked potential created confusion and hurt. The King of Swords reversed represents manipulative authority figures or toxic intellect which caused emotional strain. The Queen of Cups reversed is emotional burnout and feeling disconnected from your intuition. But the Hierophant reversed says you're breaking free from outdated structures, beliefs, or obligations that cause suffering. This card, the Three of Swords, explains why this reading is heavy and why release is essential. It's a card of necessary heartbreak, not to punish, but to reveal what is not working so you can step into a more authentic, peaceful, and empowered life. The spiritual advice for you, Capricorn, is to acknowledge the pain fully. Don't suppress it or minimize it. Release what no longer serves you. People, systems, or outdated expectations. Rebuild on integrity and self-care, not on validation or external approval. And trust the process. The heartbreak clears the path for growth and abundance. So that is your reading, Capricorn. Let me know if this gave you any guidance. I hope it did. Thank you for letting me channel these messages today. I'm really grateful. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.